Hello again, Mike here, and I'm coming at you from Dubai at a lovely, cheap hotel room. I unexpectedly got stuck here for 24 hours, and I realized when I was down having some food before that I have had about 3 or 4 hours sleep in the last 3 days, and I feel like crap. So I thought, good opportunity to speak to you guys a little bit about sleep, what it is, what it does, how to improve it. Obviously, I'm sucking at doing the how to improve it right now, but I know that my routine's just been completely thrown out of whack. And yeah, once I'm back home, once I can get back into doing these things that I'm about to teach you, then hopefully I can get it back on track. Some interesting facts about sleep, because I teach this stuff at work all the time. Sleep hygiene, it's called, which is to improve, your ability to be able to healthily engage in sleep. So some interesting little facts that I know about sleep are giraffes require only 2 hours of sleep per night. Elephants stand up when they sleep, apart from when they progress into rapid eye movement sleep, which is the dreaming sort of stage of sleep. I don't know if elephants dream. I imagine they do, I think. Males dream of 70% other males as characters in their dreams, and women are a lot more fair with 50-50. Dolphins sleep with half their brain awake and half their brain asleep. As you progress through your life, you actually need less sleep. So babies and children require sort of a lot more as 8 hours or so when you're an adult. And then as you get older, you require a bit less. So I think over 60, you only require like 6 hours of sleep per night to meet your needs. So what is sleep? I said about rapid eye movement sleep. So a full cycle of sleep usually takes between 1.5 hours and 2 hours, and it kicks off with 4 stages of non-rapid eye movement sleep. The first 2 of those being a very light sleep, where you might actually argue, I wasn't even sleeping, I was just resting my eyes. But it's also characterized by that dreaded falling jolt. You know that jolt. Anyway, stage 4 of non-rapid eye movement sleep is a very deep sleep. Your heart rate's reduced, your breathing actually slows, and your body temperature even drops a little bit. But in non-rapid eye movement sleep, you're actually not dreaming. Rapid eye movement sleep is non-rapid at the start. That's where your body recovers, so your cells rejuvenate. Rapid eye movement is where you are dreaming, and that's where your brain's recovering. So your brain's really active during the recovery phase, which I find is quite weird, but apparently that's the truth. So there you go. When you have high cortisol in your blood, which is a stress hormone or adrenaline, then you're not going to be able to sleep very well. So this makes sense. If there's danger around, if there's something to be aware of, alert, it's not safe, then your body's not going to really allow you to fall asleep. So that's why we need to see if we can reduce the stress levels before you go to bed. So try not to be exercising within, say, 2 hours of going to sleep. Energy-wise, they recommend that it's a bit silly in the West that we eat carbohydrates, a lot of carbohydrates like bread and stuff like that, bread and pasta, at lunchtime, because apparently they help to put us to sleep, whereas meat gives more energy. Have less proteins of a nighttime. Have them during the day. Have them in the middle of the day. And of a night, see if you can have some more carbs or just like lots of veggies. If you want to have good sleep, you need to look at your sleep schedule and your kind of like sleep hygiene, which is how well you are preparing for sleep. So for you, if you're somebody that does night shift, or if you're somebody that like one night you go to bed at 9 p.m, the next night you go to bed at 2 a.m, your body's not going to know what time zone you're on. Your body's not going to know what the hell's going on. So see if you can go back to, remember when you were a kid, you used to have like bath time, and then you brush your teeth, and then you go to the toilet, and then you read a bedtime story. See if you can recreate not that maybe, but see if you can recreate a nice, healthy, relaxing sleep routine. Because what will happen is it'll start to trigger your brain saying, oh, I know what's coming up next. We go to sleep. If you can reduce your screen time, so digital devices, see if you can have like at least half an hour before you're going to try and fall asleep. See if you can, and go without them. There's an app that you can put on your phone that will filter I think it filters the blue light out and has more red light. I'll put, you can look that up. I'll see if I can find a link for it to chuck underneath this video. But screen time's bad. Fizzy drinks are bad. Coffee and tea, they have caffeine in them. Not good. Alcohol, it will stuff up your brainwave when you're trying to sleep, and it also doesn't allow your body to produce the immune system to kind of like recharge, because I think it's to do with the fact that white blood cells don't like this slight acidity of your blood when you drink, Also, you apparently are more inclined to wake up during the night when you drink alcohol. If you do, well, I used to have really bad sleep, and then what I did was, since I've been doing yoga, mindfulness, and improved my diet and eating a hell of a lot more vegetables, nuts, legumes, that sort of thing, I have noticed a real improvement in my sleep. It's amazing. I can now fall asleep within 5 to 10 minutes. Not now, actually, the last couple of days, not at all. But usually when I'm in a nice, healthy routine, I can do that. But my wife and I, we do go to bed at a pretty consistent time and wake up at a consistent time. But if you do go to bed, you've done all that stuff, you reduce your screen time, you have a nice routine, you are consistent, and you go to bed and you still can't sleep. What I used to do, which was quite helpful, was that I would do progressive muscle relaxation, which is where you like tense up every muscle in your body. So one by one. So you start off at your feet, you scrunch your feet as tightly as you can, and you hold it for like 10, 15 seconds, and then you release. You go your calves, you go your thighs, you go your glutes, you go all the way up, even the scrunching your face as tightly as you can, and then releasing that. Studies have suggested that the cortisol, what I mentioned before, the stress hormone in your blood, is reduced after you've done that. So it's just a really nice, simple trick to be able to hack your system and reduce the stress hormones. So your body, so like the stress hormones supercharges your monkey mind. That's what keeps you awake. So if we can slow that down, that's really good. So I used to always do progressive muscle relaxation in bed. If you had to switch the lights on, I'd look like an absolute freak. My wife would be fast asleep next to me, and I'd be sitting there like scrunching all my muscles up to try and reduce my cortisol. So the other thing that I would do is the belly breaths. I've already spoken to you about belly breaths. So I would do about 5 minutes of really slow 6 or 7 second exhaled belly breaths. That was before or after the progressive muscle relaxation. I just noticed that my monkey mind would start to really get it almost like doped up after I did that. And it was almost noticeable that it would start slowing down. I think that's the cortisol being reduced. It's actually, it's really evident when you do it. See how you go. Try not to clock watch as well. If you are trying to fall asleep, stop glancing over at the clock. And if you wake up in the middle of the night, try to resist the urge to check the clock. Just keep your eyes closed and see if you can just say, no, back we go. Because it is normal to wake up a couple times during the night. Give those things a go. I'd be keen to see how you go. I hope that it's helpful. I'm going to try and do a few of those now to see if I can get a few hours kit before I board my flight again from Dubai, heading back to Melbourne. And I think I'm going to arrive at 5 a.m. and then see if I can go straight to work. Ripper. On YouTube, subscribe. On Facebook, like, share, follow. I will keep posting content, and any questions you've got, just ask them. I'll do my best to answer. Have an awesome day. Have an awesome sleep. Catch you later.